Okay, so yesterday I had explained you what is a meeting and the different types of meeting. Today I will be basically talking about what to do before the meeting, what to do during the meeting, and what to do after the meeting. Okay, so there are certain things that you need to take care of when you attend any meeting. Okay, so you need to prepare uh, the topic, okay, that you want to address during the meeting. If you are the one who has called for the meeting, and then you need to be prepared with the topics that you want to discuss with the other people in the meeting. Okay, so you have to be ready with the points or the topics. You cannot be confused. You cannot be confused during the meeting. Before the meeting, you have to decide the venue and the time as well. Okay, so if you cannot decide the time or the venue, then how will you be able to call the other people? How will you be able to interact with the other people? Because they would not be able to come until and unless they do not know where to come and when to come, isn't it? So that's why if you are the one who has organized the meeting, venue and time should be decided. It should be decided and it should be circulated as well. Okay, it should be decided and it should be also circulated. Okay, it should be circulated as well, so that the other people who are invited for the meeting, they also come to know about it. The topic that you will be addressing during the meeting, you have to be sure about it, okay? And you need to also mention the purpose of the meeting. You need to be clear with that as well, okay? If you have called for the meeting, then you have to be clear about the purpose, the objectives of the meeting. So you have to also inform about the topic to the other people as well who are invited for the meeting. Now, as I had mentioned yesterday, as I had explained yesterday, that there are different types of meetings, and there's a target group, isn't it? Whenever you call for a meeting, there's a target group. So you have to decide who are the people. You have to decide who are the people you want in that particular meeting. Okay, so you have to decide the topic, the objectives, then you have to decide the venue, the time, and the target group. That means for whom you're conducting the meeting. If you do not know, you cannot call everyone. Suppose there are 1000 employees in the organization, you cannot call everyone, isn't it? So you have to target a certain group, a few people, isn't it? So if you cannot figure it out, then you will not be able to share the information to the right people. You will not be able to share the information with the right people. So that's why it's necessary to figure out the target group. Okay, now once you're ready with all these things, you have to circulate the message. You have to send the invites in advance. Okay, you have to invite the people in advance. You have to tell them regarding the meeting. You can like circulate the message, okay, and you have to call them. You have to invite them in advance. Okay, it should not be my meeting should not be last minute last minute affairs. Okay, it should not be last minute affairs. So informal meetings, regarding informal meetings, the situation is something different. But apart from informal meetings, you need to decide about all the things that I had mentioned. Okay, you need to be clear with all the things that I had mentioned. Your meeting should also have a meeting, should have an agenda too. Okay, a meeting without an agenda is just not at all, worthy. It will it is just waste of time. So there must be an agenda. Okay, and uh, if you do not have any plan or any agenda, then it's just a time waste. Okay, so make an agenda before calling for a meeting. Before calling for a meeting, you should make an agenda. Okay, and also also distribute it to the attendees, the people who are going to attend the meeting, so that they can be prepared to discuss about those particular topics. Okay, so if you are the one who is conducting the meeting, then these are all your responsibilities. These are all your responsibilities, and you have to take care of all these things. Okay, if you are a person who is attending the meeting, then you must know about the venue, time, you must know about the topic of the meeting, and you have to also prepare your own points. Okay, if you are the attendee, then you have to do all these things. You have to know, you have to make sure that you know about the venue, the time, and the topic of the meeting. And the topic is important so that you can also give your own opinion. If you just sit in the meeting without sharing any opinion, or without even exchanging a word, then your presence would not at all be valued. It's you be there, your presence or absence would not make any difference. So you have been called for a meeting, so you need to you need to participate, you need to actively take part. And for that, you must be clear with all with the topic. You must know about the topic, you must know about the agenda, so that you can also prepare yourself, and so that you can also give your opinions during the meeting. So these are the main things that you need to do when you before the meeting. Okay, these are the main things before the meeting. Another thing is to fix the duration. Okay, this is another very important thing, to fix the duration, that whether you're conducting a meeting for half an hour, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Okay, you have to be also sure about you also have to fix the particular duration. Okay, that this meeting will be conducted for half an hour. Okay, and according to the subject, according to the topic, according to the people who are invited, according to the subject that will be discussed in the meeting, depending upon that, you need to fix the time. Okay, and with these things, you can also arrange, if you are the one who has conducted the meeting, you can also arrange food for the attendees. You can arrange food for all the people who would come for the meeting. Okay, so you can also do that, but that is optional, that is not mandatory. If you can, then of course you can arrange tea, coffee for the attendees. Okay, some of the people, they also organize lunch. So that totally depends upon you, what you want to do for the other people. So if it's a 10 minutes meeting, then you don't have to like feed the attendees. But if you call for a meeting which would take a long time, then of course you have to arrange something, at least a tea, coffee, or some tea or coffee and cookies, isn't it? So these are the things that you need to take care of before the meeting. Everything must be planned properly. Without planning, you cannot call for a meeting. because it will not be systematic, because it will not be systematic if you call for a meeting without any planning. So that's why, in order to make it systematic, you should always plan. Regarding informal meetings which are not planned ones, okay, which are not planned ones, so in that case you call for these kind of meetings only when you have very urgent discussions, when you have to discuss about something very urgently, and when you want to discuss something about your team, and when you want to discuss something with your team or something like that, then only you call for such meetings. But apart from that, you should always try to plan and then call for meetings. Okay, these are the things you need to take care of before the meeting. Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is, what are you supposed to do during the meeting? So, when the meeting starts, okay, when the meeting starts, obviously the one who has called for the meeting, that person will be the one who will initiate the discussion, give the introduction and everything, and talk about the subject. So basically, if you are the one who has conducted the meeting, who has called for the meeting, then obviously you have to initiate the discussion. You have to talk about the things that you have already planned, okay. So this is how you need to start the meeting. Communication is a very important part of meetings, so you must be able to communicate with one another properly. Okay, even if you are the one who is attending the meeting, your participation, your opinion is something that is very important. So that's why you must also provide your opinion, and also you must also listen to the other people properly. Okay. Uh, you must be a good listener during the meeting. You must be able to express your opinions properly. You should not make it too lengthy. Do not try to make it too lengthy. Do not try to make it too complicated. Try to use easy. Try to express your opinions or your ideas in an easy way. You should not make it complicated. Okay. If you can express it in a very good manner, then it would be very easy for the other participants, for the other people, to understand your point of view, or your opinions. Otherwise, if you make it complicated, then it would be difficult for them to understand, isn't it? So that's why do not make it complicated. Your views and opinions, you must obviously express your views and opinions when you are a part of the meeting. You should not keep quiet. You should not think about something different. You're there physically, but mentally you are somewhere else. That should not be the situation. Okay. And you should reach the venue on time. You should reach on time. Do not be late for meetings, because as I had said that meetings, you will be notified about the meeting, isn't it? So you know the date, venue and everything. So it's your responsibility to reach on time. Do not be late. Okay. And communicate with everyone properly. Do not argue with anyone. Do not shout. Be gentle, be polite, and talk with everyone in a good way, in a polite manner. Even if you are discussing about something that is very controversial, then also you should not lose your this temper. You should not get angry. You should always try to control your emotions. Sometimes during meetings, when you are discussing about something very controversial, then you might get angry. You might get angry or frustrated or irritated, but that doesn't mean that it'll show will show that the other people. So you should always try to control your emotions when you are in a meeting. Should concentrate, pay attention. And another very important thing is to write down. Okay, write down the important things. Take a paper, take a pen and a copy or a diary with you when you go for a meeting. You should write down everything. You should write down all the important things. Okay, so that later on when it is necessary, so that you can quickly go through all the points. Okay, so you have to take note of every important thing. Okay, and these are the certain things you need to maintain during the meeting. And also take care of the time. Suppose the meeting is organized for 1 hour. Now if you are the person who is like speaking for half an hour, then of course the others will not get the chance to share their opinions, isn't it? So take care of the time as well. So time management is also very necessary, and do not forget to take notes. Communicate properly, be a good listener, pay attention, do not lose your temper, control your emotions, talk properly, slowly, in a gentle way. So these are the things you need to maintain during the meeting. Okay. Next is after the meeting. What are you supposed to do after the meeting is over? So, meeting is a discussion, isn't it? Meeting is a discussion, and meetings are conducted to, reach a conclusion. Meetings are conducted to reach a conclusion. So, you have to work on that particular, uh, you know, uh, what is the product of the meeting? Okay, what is the result of that particular meeting? There will be some kind of result, isn't it? A meeting is conducted. It is conducted because something has to be discussed, isn't it? After the meeting, of course, a solution will be taken out, isn't it? So you have to work on that. You have to work on that. Few things are discussed in the meeting, and then a solution is also found out. So after that, you have to work on the points that you have discussed in the meeting. Okay, the points that you had written in your diary or in your copy, you have to go through all the points. Okay, if you are the one who had organized the meeting, then you have to also write down everything, write a summary and share with all the other members who were present in the meeting. All right, you have to share the summary of the meeting with all the members of the meeting, with all the members who had attended the meeting, if you were the one who had organized the meeting. Okay, so that will be your responsibility to share the summary, okay, with each and every person. And the summary that you share with each and every person, that is known as the minutes of meeting. It is known as minutes of the meeting. Okay, so these are the things that you need to take care of after the meeting, and whatever the discussion was, whatever the solution was taken out, you have to basically work on that particular thing. A meeting has been conducted, and after that meeting is over and you forget about the thing. That should not be the situation. You should remember everything that has been discussed in the meeting, and accordingly you should do the things. Okay, so these are the things you need to take care of when before, during, and after the meeting. So any doubts, students? Any doubts? Have you understood it?
Understood, ma'am.
What about the others? Only Julius is the one who responds. What about the others? What about the rest of the students? Yes or no? Have you understood or you haven't? Write it down in the chat box.
Understood, ma'am.
Understood, ma'am.
Understood, ma'am.
So this is a very it's a very important topic, okay, because you will be attending a lot of meetings later in your life, so it's a very important topic. So you need to know regarding the meetings, and especially what you should do before the meeting, during the meeting, and after the meeting. So this part is very important.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Hmm.
Ma'am, so like there are usually lots of meetings which is most of the time they are like a pointless, like most of the meetings some at which in the future I may feel like it's useless to attend those meetings. So I have a question to you is how do we like I know that is this meeting worthwhile for me or it is a waste of time for me?
What to do? How will you be able to understand that is it
Yes,
important
ma'am.
or it is
Yes,
not
ma'am.
at all important? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
See, the topic will say everything. As I had said that before any meeting, okay, the person who has organized the meeting, who has conducted the meeting, who has planned for the meeting, should also tell the attendees, tell the people who are invited for the meeting about the topic as well, along with the venue and everything. Topic, after you get to know about the topic, you'll automatically come to know that is it important or it is unimportant. So that's how you can figure it out. If the topic, if the topic is something that you feel like is important, then the meeting is important. And if the topic you think is useless, then the meeting is not at all important for you. But when you are called for a meeting, you should definitely join a meeting. You never know what are the things that will come out during the meeting. So you cannot say, actually you cannot decide beforehand that this particular meeting is important or this is not at all worthy, this will be time waste. Of course, when you come out from a meeting, you might feel like that it was just a waste of time, but I will basically suggest you people, you all, not to judge before even attending the same, okay, before even attending the meeting. So do not reach any kind of conclusion. So whenever you're called for a meeting, so you must go and attend the meeting. And especially as professionals, whenever you'll start working later on in life, you will have to attend a lot of meetings, and you cannot say no. You cannot say no, because that will hamper your career, that will hamper your professional life. So you cannot say that I think that this meeting is not important for me, the topic is useless topic, so I don't want to attend the meeting. You cannot do that. So you cannot avoid being professionals. You will not be able to avoid any kind of meeting. If you are called for a meeting, you don't have any other options. You'd have to attend the meeting. And after the meeting is over, I would suggest you to attend the meeting and later on decide whether it was worthy or it was just useless, okay? But before the meeting, do not come to a conclusion that this meeting will be useless, okay? That's what I wanted to say. Is it clear, Julius?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's a great advice.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay then, students, that's all for today. Thank you, everyone. I will share the notes with you all today because I have completed meetings. So I will share the notes with you all in the group. Go through the notes and do let me know if you have any doubts. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. See you in the next class. Okay, next class you have your presentation. So be ready with the presentations. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.